Alright guys, so part 2 of the replicate Figma website design series. Okay, so as you know, we've done this first section, right? So today we're going to clean this first section up, do all of this. See this interaction here, right? Do this, okay, work on this card properly, right? Yeah, make this to interactive, this button up and down, right? And then we're going to work on this section finally, right? Then maybe part 3, part 4, we're going to work on other section. They going to be working on this section, okay? I'm going to clean this up. So let's jump right into it, okay? Now I'm just going to go to my Framer, sorry, to my Figma, guys, to my Figma. So I'm making use of Figma, right? So the last time, right, if you pay attention to the tutorial, I made a mistake, right? And that mistake was I used inter here. I used inter instead of popping. A lot of people went ahead to use inter. Okay, I mean, I do not blame you. I take full responsibility, right? It was a honest mistake. I mean, I had poppins here, guys. You guys still went ahead to use inter. Come on, right? So yeah, we're just going to clean up, right, and then go ahead, right, and do stuff. Now I'm going to speak on this like right now, so pay close attention. We have started. All right. Now this section here, what I did here was simple. It was simple, right? I went to the website, okay, and this is like the design section, and I simply just took a screenshot. How did I take a screenshot? Just control zoom out, right? Or you just click on, I think you should have like access to somewhere around here. I need to update my phone. Just zoom. If you're using Chrome, check there and you see zoom. I simply just zoomed out, okay, and I was able to shift Window S, and then I screenshotted. See guys, then I screenshotted particular section. I just dragged my screen up to this, right? Look for a way, screenshot it, right? So take it back to 100%, and we go ahead, right? After I did that, remember I had a frame here. I simply just pasted it inside the frame and gave my frame a radius of say 16, okay, and then this guy here, of course, is inside now, so you just make sure that it's not coming out of the frame, it's not bleeding. That is, say your frame has to be clip content, has to be on clip content. And remember, this frame is inside another frame. I turned that frame to an auto layout, right? That frame here, I turned it into an auto layout, right? Simply turned it into an auto layout, and it was on hog. And I made sure the horizontal and vertical padding 24, right? And I also set this to, I set this to right around 10. I'm going to explain this moving forward. Okay, so now we've done that. We need to go ahead and put this here, this section here. We need to go ahead and create it here. I saw so many people did that, and kudos to them. I love it, right? So many people did that. Let's just go ahead and do as, right? So I can still as well make use of this micro interaction. Really, I could still as well make use of it. And then I'm just going to delete this two because we don't need an icon, right? And I'm just going to call this the tab and call it hero section, right? Hero section, right? I'm just going to call it that. All right. So the font here has to be a lot more bold. So we could go for semi bold, right? Go for the bold. We could just go ahead and drag one of it inside that section. Yep. See, now you can see the spacing here to here is 24 and then 10. Just go ahead and change this here, this spacing to around 24, right? Now this simply means spacing between one or two elements, right? Between two elements, not one or two. One element is not going to show. So my point is, if it's like this, the only spacing that is being read the horizontal and vertical padding. This guy only counts when there's a complementary element, right? It only counts. So I just pasted it. I cut it before I just pasted it. It landed here. So the spacing between this and another element, if I create another one, spacing between this and this, right? 24. That's this guy you see here. Now, in this case, we only need one of it, right? And then just go ahead and make sure that the spacing is right around that size. So we go to the website and we check, ours is looking a little bit too big, right? So I mean, it's only wise just maybe cut down the space a little bit to maybe 16. But at the same time, we want to make sure the spacing between up and down are equal, right? So I mean, okay, right. I think I know why. So we'll just go ahead and leave it at 24. And this guy here probably needs to reduce the size a lot more. But we're not going to reduce it here, of course. We already created a comp. So come here, facing up and down, we can just bring it right around 4. I mean, 4 is good, right? Left and right can still remain at 8. Okay. I mean, we could still even bring the left and right to around 4 too, right? Thick, right? So we have this now looking more like it. Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and duplicate. Okay. Now you see duplicating here. This guy here is stacked vertically, right? If I click on horizontal, it's going to scatter the entire thing. It's going to align all the elements horizontally. See that, and we do not want that. So what you will do is you click on these two elements here, right? And you turn these two elements into auto layout. I highlighted both of them, guys. I held my shift key, and now I then press shift A, auto layout. Or you just right click, they had auto layout, right? And then you align horizontally. Simple. Now you see what we're aligning horizontally now is this one we've made auto layout, no longer the parent frame. I see that. All right, so here now you see it's aligned to the left. We don't want it aligned to the left. So if I click on this element, this cannot help us, right? Because whatever we do here is related to this particular element. So what we'll do, we click on the parent frame and then we align to the center, to the top center. See that? Okay, and here we have that. Now remember guys, um this is over state. Now let's do something fun. Okay, so now what we need here is the default state, right? This here can serve as active state and the over state, right? Now that's our main component. This here can act as default state. This here can act as over and active state. I'm going to tell you how we do that. Now, here, okay, this guy here cannot be on the shade it is. Now you see what we saw here. Let me play the prototype so you just will not be going back. Let it go up. And you see how this guy is a little bit, no, it does not look appealing. The reason it does not look appealing is because we are using a shade, right, of black. Okay, we're not supposed to do that. We're supposed to make use of opacity. Since this is on a transparent panel here, now let's work this out. What I would do on a normal day, I'll probably make this 100% black, right? So what we've got here, then I'll control the opacity to this opacity of more. Now we have something this. Okay, have something this. See that? Now in their case, they're making use of white, right? Meaning that we simply just take this to white by leaving the opacity around this same level. We have something like this, right? Stay with me, guys. Now, even black, think about it, was not even contrasting properly, right? It was not contrasting properly. So now, guys, we are done with this. Let's just keep it around our component area. Yeah, I didn't call this. I'll just call this hot hot. Right? So yeah, we'll just duplicate it. How many more times, guys? Check. One, two, three, four. Need three more. Yep. Now we have two, two, four, five. Yep. Need five. Two for five. Right? Then reduce the spacing across each other. Put it around like say 8 or so. Right? I'm just going to what's the word? I think we have a duplicate. I don't know. We have a duplicate. Oh my god. I was supposed to publish the first file before the second one. Then again, I know what I'll do. Right. So let's just go ahead, collaborate, publish, CMS, legalize, collaborate, publish, publish, CMS, legalize, localize, sorry, local. Right. Now we have this. Now, if you want to make this kind of interaction like so, say like you want to be able to click on different, you already know what's up, you already know how to do it. So what you do is you have to turn this guy here into a component, right? Take it out, take it out, okay, and then we create a variant, okay. When we create a variant, simply just link, we simply link this guy here, simply link that guy there to the next section, right? And make sure it's on chain 2. Of course, it will be on chain 2 since they are within the same master component, right? So you do that, and really that's it. You set your transition to around 300. We don't want to waste time, right? Ease out is perfect, and that's it. Call this um, hero hero feature. I mean, this feature of Freeman, collaborate, publish, and all of that. Yeah. So we have that. So we can just drag one of the instance inside, right? You know how you can do this now. I hold my Alt key and then I drag inside. You come to your asset panel, you find your hero section, drag inside. Just telling you all of this. Okay, make sure the spacing here is around like 56. I'm using 8.3. That's why you see me using either 48, 40, 24, 16, right? 8, sometimes plus 4, right? Sometimes I even break that 8 point and I use instead of adding 8 plus 8 plus 8, sometimes I get to some point and I add 4 instead, because you must make sure it appeals regardless of whatever roles you are giving. Make sure it first appeals to your eyes, right? So breaking the 8 point grade is allowed. All right. So not even breaking per se, right? It's not really breaking per se. So yeah, we've done that. So if we go to our this now, we got this, click here, it changed. Now you did not notice it changed. It did change it, but you did not notice it changed because um firstly, let's check our interaction here, right? We made a mistake, not like a mistake, but it's not supposed to be on smart anime. Just gonna leave it around, yeah, it's on dissolve. Okay, dissolve, and here we're gonna change this. We're gonna just remove this guy here, image inside there, right? Then we'll come here, right, and change state. And this guy here, put it on hover state and put this guy here on default state. And this guy here, we can send it back. We'll click on our prototype, send it back, right? And that way we already have this. So come here now, click on feature, you see, collaborate, see, features, collaborate, features, collaborate, features, collaborate. It works perfect. Now you can see that our grid is somehow shaking. I mean, you can see that there's a shake there, right? Normally, we tell you that in a case like that, just make your instead of hug, provided you've gotten your margin and all of that, just change it to right. See, feels better, feels way better. And let's try changing the inside one to so let's change the inside one to fix the this view container to button 4 again. Yeah, there's still a little bit of shake, but it works, right? It works, guys. It works. Okay. Yeah, that. So we've done that. Now we move on to the next. Move on to the next. So go ahead, get your screenshot, paste here. I'm not going to do all of that in this call. You already know what's up. But let me just do one of it so you understand what I spoke to you about earlier. So I zoom out pretty much. I hold my control and then I use my mouse to zoom out. Now simply just come here, right around here. I will just screenshot. Sorry, you can't actually see me taking screenshots, but I'm actually taking it like with my windows. That's why frozen whenever whenever I attempt to take screenshots. Right. So I'll go back to our design here, like so, and I'll paste it inside the frame and then bring it down a little bit here. Just that, right? And right around now, we have features and we have collaborate. See, it works better. Works really nice. Okay, works really nice. Right. Yeah, that's that. Now, another thing again, another blinding spot would be this guy here. Remember, guys, we could have made this like interactive, but we didn't, right? I'm just going to go ahead, make this interactive, right? How do we do that? Take it out, right? Take it out. But before I take it out, there's something else we missed, right? We're supposed to add fill to the parent auto layout fill and then reduce the opacity of the fill like so. Okay. After that, we're supposed to give it shadow. I like precision, guys. I love precision. Supposed to give it shadow, increase the blur of the shadow a little bit, then around 16, then drop the opacity. Just make it sort to make it blend. I zoom out, might not be as always zoom out to see how subtle the shadow is, right? Zoom out to see how subtle it is. Increase the blur a little bit, make this 10-ish. It works. I love it. It works. So this guy that is 24 here, even me, I'm having double mind about it. I don't think 24 is just almost too big. Like, it's making me feel somehow. I'm seeing if I can make it around 18, right? Uh, 2420 really. 2420. 2420. So I'm allowed to actually like inspect, check what's going on, guys. What did they do here? I don't think that uh, is giving canvas, guys. Like I can't see. They're not allowing me. I'm not seeing it. Uh, wait, we're checking, guys. We're checking. 24. I'm correct. Right. We're good. So yeah, that works. So we could leave it 24. Still leave this around medium. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and make it what's the word? Help me interactive. Okay. Now we're just gonna drag this out. Okay, and we're going to drag this out and we're going to turn this into a frame. Now I'll explain to you why we are turning it into simple logic. If we don't turn it into a frame, if I turn this to auto layout, it makes the parent auto layout. See that? Which means that there's no really if I there's no room to move the element up, because now pay attention to the interaction. On hover goes up, on hover goes up. See that? We need room now. So I'll bring this outside, sorry, drag this outside, make it a frame first, or make it a frame what first, then click on the element inside, constrain it to the center. Okay, and you know why we are doing that. That way we can give a little room element, say around 16 top, left and right, and around here like so. Now you see, after you've done that, create a component, you turn it to a component, then you create a variant. Now that way, this is the default state. Here on hover, simply just zoom up is moving up. Simply just move this particular state up. And then you click on your prototype, send this down, send this down here, okay, and change it to white hovering, smart animate, works, love it. Guys, we are game. So you just drag an instance here, just call it button slash hero, already have button slash, already have button. Here we're just going to use slash hero so we can easily find it in the assets panel. Here for the button, tap a button here, this area, button hero here, see, then love it. Now here you can see that you can see we are game. We are what? Game. Okay, moving forward. All right, moving forward. I love how I'm just talking to you guys. No stress. I'm not mounting any pressure on myself to be perfect or anything. Just we're doing this together, guys. We're doing this. All right, so we're done with this section. I'm just going to click on the frame here. Now, a lot of people have issues when you try to expand your frame, right? Your element drag with it. I already told you in the previous video that when before expanding your frame, click on the frame. Before expanding your parent frame, like your page frame, click on it. Hit your enter key. Enter, select all the elements on your board, right? And constrain it to the top. That way, when you want to increase, everything is constrained to the top. No pressure. Okay? No pressure, right? So we do that now, guys, to the moment of what? Of truth. All right. So you can see that our element is a lot more far from the top, right, compared to theirs. So I'm just going to select everything and then move it up a little bit, right? Now, guys, pay attention to this guy here. This guy is here. A lot of people did not get it right. I probably did not mention it in the other video. I don't know why. But you see here, this your spot here, right? This is your guy here. Make sure that the frame is set to the opacity is dropped down. 100% black, right? And the opacity is around 20. Then you give it a drop shadow. I made mine 12, a blur, Y, 4Y, that's Y axis, and then 50 opacity, right? For the shadow. Then the blur, I just made the blur right around 3. So that way giving me this frosty feeling. You know, there's noise. I added noise to the background, so it's giving me this frosty feeling, right? Then low opacity. Everything just works. Yeah, it's giving me a frosty feeling. And then we added line stroke to that, and then reduce the stroke 15%. Made it linear, guys, just so to make it cooler, right? So we could make. I just figured out we could actually make. So let's go to the parent frame, right? Parent frame. Click here. This guy here can also be 100% white, but we can drop the opacity of that guy just down a little. just gives our this a lot more, see that, gives it a lot more dynamic, linear kind of. Okay, sorry, my voice is already getting down a little bit. Right here. Well, all right. So we're done with that. So let's move forward to the second. Um, now we're done with this. Let's do with this, right? So here, this is a button. For those people who do not know, this is actually button, right? This. So what you do here, we simply will just come to separate this guy. Here we'll keep on adding icons here as necessary, right? So click on this guy here, right? And then we add another button style. And you see this particular style, it dims out, it goes bigger. How you do that is just so simple. We'll add a new variant, which is this guy. Okay? And you simply turn off the stroke. Okay? And we can copy, let's create a new icon. Go to a feather icon. I use feather icon, guys. I don't know the kind of package people want to I'm using. Feather icon. That feather icon, I like feather icon because it makes your elements like your vector is stroke, so you can control the weight, the thickness of your icon, right? So it's called an outline icon. So you know. Okay, here just copy a variant inside this, like so. Let's increase the button parent container variant. Yeah, component, master component. Let's increase it. Here we're making use of like black, like so, so not black like a shade, a gray kind of shade. See here like this, and the spacing between them should be around. If you do 8, you'll actually do 8 or say 4. This button is too big. 4 might not fly, around 16. See that? Now we've done this, right? We'll go ahead, create a duplicate, right? Now, stay with me, guys. Now, from white, this is the default. It's going to be white, okay? Then this guy here is going to be right around still white, but this time we're going to work with opacity. We're going to be reducing the opacity because it's on. So the reason we're going to be reducing the opacity is because it's on a blue background, right? If it was on a black background, we could use a shade, right? That's why in your design system, there's always a room for when establishing your grades. You establish grades with black shades, right? So with actual shades like actual shade, and you establish grades with opacity. So when you come into a place of building a complete design system, there's always a room like that. It makes your design system more fast, right, to cater for different scenarios, right? So, right, going to reduce your opacity right around 30, and after that, I think we're good. We'll just do our prototype here, send here by hovering again. Now here we're going to choose, we're going to come here. We need to set all our properties, right? So the state, obviously, for the first one is default, and it's not an outline button, neither is it a gradient button. We call it a text button type, just text, right? We probably need to add icon and no icon because I feel we might come across that. I'm just saying, but we'll keep on adding as we move on. And this place here, make text, then change the state to over. And here, of course, prototype, we send it here, right? And now we can simply just go to our button panel and then to drag it to right around. So click on your design so you can drag it to right around here. Center it. Okay. So this guy probably missing it to move this guys to the top a little bit. a lot more, a little bit, a lot more, right? Something around here. And this guy here, right? Remember our button type is what? Text. Love it. What are we changing it to? Meet our customer. We need to meet our, here is our small letter. Meet our customer. Right? See that? Love what? Love it. Okay. Now, after that, you can see, guys, you can see what's happening, right? Bear in mind, nothing is wrong. What is wrong is Figma, friendship. Figma is to mess up like that. So, not even sometimes, a lot of time. I don't know what is really, so it has fixed, itself already. So here you can see hover state. And the reason it's coming to that is because on the hover state, our wire is still connected to something at the top. So let's just check it. Prototype is still connected to the guy at the top. Just come to your interaction section and remove it. So that way you only have two interactions. See, see, you see this guy here. Now you see the thing is actually like opening up. I told you about that like earlier, right? So let's increase this to 8 and put the opacity to right around like 40. I think 30 is just too dim, right? So right around 40. So that way over the expand. I think it's on dissolve. I think so. Yeah, let's change it to smart animate. That way it's smoother. You see that? Right. So I mean game are done with that. So let's move on to the next. The next is these things that are moving from left that to right that. So in your mind is how do we get that icon to be or get an icon? So those icons are SVG, right? So probably I will provide the assets for you guys. So if you get to this point, right, ask for the assets. That's how I will know if you are watching. Ask me for it. So I'll come here, right, and I'll just copy. I just copy the element. I'll go straight to Figma. I will paste it. Did it work? Let's check. It didn't work. Oh. All right, let's try copying again. Click on one of them. Okay. How am I now seeing canvas? Hmm. I really thought it was SVG. If it is SVG, right? So you click on the element, you see check somewhere around here, you just copy it or you click on it, it's going to open it for you, right? And then you can right click here and find element. Yeah, it's there. Copy there and paste. So I think there should be an easier way. Click here. This SVG guy here is buried inside. Oh my god, it's buried inside. Buried inside. So like ah, what they're doing. Checking some checking some. I want to be sure what I'm looking. Okay, I think we're just going to the method find the SVG. Guys, I somehow for some reason cannot find it there. Click it, right click. Ah, all right. Let's do one more time. One more time. Find. How on earth did I? Oh, found it. This guy. here. Simply just click on it. Click this guy here. If you just scroll down a cheese, cheese, shouting. As you know what will happen, I'll just get the SVG, then I'll send it to you. Then you guys will make use of it. But I do not now understand what I'm really looking at. Oh, um, the way you can actually just I'm intrigued having to sweat more than I need. All right, I'm not going to waste so much time on this. So please, I'm not going to edit this video. So that should probably have to watch all of this. So I'll get the SVG right, and I'm going to like add it to the challenge file. Okay, so this particular, we're just going to make use of this particular one. We're going to duplicate, right? We're going to duplicate it. So just turn this to say auto layout like so, and then going to duplicate it, right? Somewhere around here. Okay, now when you duplicate it, make sure your spacing is good enough. So check here, you can see they have a lot of spacing, right, going on in the element. So we will make ours around 32. All right. So I'm going to increase our background frame a little bit, right? And then I will increase the overall background in itself. Okay. So that way we can have room at the top to place it. Guys, I can still see something. I can still see like something like this going on. You can see like ours is pure blue. Ours is pure blue, but I can still see like this particular shade going on bottom. Yeah, actually, I can still see that shade going on bottom. So yeah, something like so. And I'm impressed really. I can still see it going on around there. Probably I'm going to talk on that later, but let's just go ahead. Let's just go ahead, guys. All right. So here I'm going to turn this into a frame word, into a component, right? But before I do, let me explain to you. See how this stuff is moving, right? How this stuff is moving, right? Now, the limitation of Figma is that you can't really make it this blur. You can't make that blur happen there, right? You really can't. Okay, but we can make it scroll into corner. All right. Probably would try and explore and try to make it work, but can't make that happen. So we have a frame. Now in that frame, we're going to we have an auto layout frame. We're going to frame the auto layout frame. Okay. Let me move it inside here so you see what's going on. So now let's just bring this down a little, drag this down. Okay. Now how do you make this like around load load you, then bring this same around 50 as uh 6. They're around 40. All right. Hmm. So this guy elements firstly make sure inside they are all the element itself they are blur, sorry, not blur, reduce opacity. You can choose to make the auto layout frame say maybe around 50%, right, around this amount, right? Now remember we made, okay, let me take it out. It's going to be difficult explaining this, right? Let me take it from the top. Now I'm going to break it apart. Now you're going to see it's pure white. Remember, these are like icons. I like them together, you turn it into an auto layout. Okay. Now, this auto layout cannot really move in another auto layout. It has to be inside it. Okay. We're going to frame the auto layout. Okay. Now, this framing of auto layout, we need to click the content. That way, when we click on the auto layout holding our individual icons, they can move inside. You see how what happened? Move inside and backwards in that manner. See that? Now game. Now this way, the auto layout we can increase, we can add as many elements as we like, just gonna overflow. But this frame is still going to be big. Now, what we can do then is take it inside. I want to see if these guys are respecting their grid. Ah, and they are, and I don't think we are. Now, okay, I'm beginning to see a lot of things, right? I'm going to turn on this grid here, our grid, and somehow you see what you see here like this. It's not actually supposed to be that, it's supposed to be bigger. It's supposed to be bigger, guys. Oof, you're in for a long ride. So I normally would just click this and increase the size to hit. Um, so let me make this. Normally we hit K and increase the size around margin line. So see that equal both sides now. I'm just gonna see. But then again, you see that guys. But again, this our element has been affected. So probably we'll get the size of right. Say it around. Let's get the size of this. X-axis is around like 1,200 width. Sorry, the width is around 1,200. We're going to undo it. We're going to come here, increase this a little bit, and click on our parent frame and make it right around 1,200 width. And you see, this guy now automatically hits like so. But it's not like 100% perfect, so probably want to have like 2 pixels in there, 1, 2, 4 pixels in there. It work. So you see, we still got a lot of, we got another, we got space. So we do 1, 2, 10, 1, 2, 10. Does it work? Mm, almost 13. I think, guys, we are a game. One more. That 15, guys. We are game, right? So you see, and you can see this guy is adapting because it's him. These guys inside are adapting because it's him, right? So this guy here will probably need to increase it a little bit, right? And then maybe use our crop to adjust this, just come down. See, same goes for this. Increase it here to hit here, then use our crop to bring down the image a little bit because it's on field. Okay, all right. You know that automatically implies this is going to reload. Trying to reload. This guy here would let's refresh. So we're actually making we're going to remove it from crop. We're going to put that image, we're going to send those images back to fill. I'll tell you why. Because we are cutting some part of the images, right? Now, we're going to click on the image. We're going to make sure that this guy here is still hugging horizontally, vertically. But what we need now majorly is vertical hugging. But let's just keep the horizontal hug. We can't because we already set the width manually. So we'll just leave it as it. So we'll leave the hug vertically because we want to increase the inner layer, the inner frame, right? just a little bit more. So we'll increase our master frame. Click here to increase it a little bit more. See that? Okay. Now, it would have made more sense if this guy was if this guy was auto layout, right? When we increase this guy, when we increase the image, frame will automatically increase auto layout, right? And I have my reason so because we're using a script. Okay. So we'll just click on the frame itself, frame, frame, put my shift key, select this, place it more. But what we can do is we'll click on this frame, right? And then we'll fix it to the top and bottom, the new feature. So that way, when we increase the parent frame, the image to increase along. So you see, this video is going to be so long, guys. Oh my God, I have fear. So yeah, we're done with this. We're done with this, guys. We're done with this. I just want to like reduce like a little bit. Guy here is not conscious. Uh, and now to move this like so. All right. So this guy here, you can see it shrink. We just reset it. Simply just reset, and then move this guy down. Now we need to increase our gradient background a lot more, like a lot more. This here find around our 6. They will find around our what 56, 56 to actually still work. So I have right around this. Oh my God, this was interesting. It was interestingly stressful. So now we have that. Now we have here, 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 here to this point. Okay, all right. So here our interaction are still working, everything is still locked. All right, so let's move on to the next section. Now the next section is sweet. Oh my God, let's do our interaction. So this guy here, make sure it's locked, it's big enough, right, to this point, right? Maintaining our, it's matching our grid. Turn on your grid, check it's lapping on the grid, make sure it's lapping on it. If it is, then we good. Simply just turn this to components, take it outside. Okay, before you take it outside, just copy it. You've copied an instance already. So you come back here and you paste it. Simple. And then you press your plus here. And guys, the auto layout frame, right? This frame, you know, we're supposed to reduce the opacity of this. Let's just go ahead and reduce it to around 50 of the auto layout. What is holding the auto layout? We should reduce it. That way we have something like this auto layout test. Okay. Now we start to, so this guy starts to, okay, you know what? We'll delete one. The reason we're deleting one is because we want to add a lot more items to the first one. Okay, and then here, break this down to around here. So we'll create another variation and we'll send the variation to extreme left. That way it can move, it can move like this. So this guy here, you click on it. Yep. So here you click on the frame, on the variation, right? And then do after delay, you set it to 0 so it starts immediately. Transition should be around like 10 seconds, not to take its time, not to rush. Then you can send it back, right? You can send it back. Okay, you send it back. Now, here still after delay, use 0, 1 millisecond, don't have 0 yet. That way, see, okay. So yeah, guys, that is that. I was having a feel that would make, so you see, you can actually make this like, but it's gonna be it's going to be like a lot of patchwork because we're going to like have to use gradient and someone make it just flow in. But could necessary, right? Let's move on to the next, guys. All right, so what we are working on next is this section here. We're working on this section here. So here you click, move to the next. Here you click, move to the next. Right? This one is not, there's not even plenty stress here. It's as simple as ABC. You just stay with me. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm simply going to just, let me screenshot this so we don't have to be coming back and forth. But you just see how this happens. See, when you go into the next, it drags down, it just goes down. Go to the next, it drags down from the first one. When it's going from here, it drags down to the next. See that? Now, let's go back. Let's go and paste our screenshot. Let's paste our screenshot. Keep this screenshot here. Leave it like that. Okay. Now, first thing you want to do is you want to draw a frame inside, right? That frame is going to be holding a blue, not even a blue, yeah, somehow around blue shade background-ish kind of thing. Uh, bluish, right? So something around this. We have this. I'm going to make this 1024. I mean, that's like 100 pH of our frame. Say you are using 1440 like by 1024, it's 100 pH. We're going to use this, right? Then we're going to go ahead. We're going to have this guy here, design stunning site on a familiar canvas. Design stunning site inside on a familiar canvas. My doing? What am I doing, guys? So here, full stop, increase the size to around 2. Yeah, 32, 36. Okay, the line height, going to do 36. 8, tighten it up after that. So make this bold. This is semi-bold. Okay, now our grid here is not going to be on the first one, it's going to be on the second column. I'm going to start from the second. Okay, I'm going to increase this around there 48. Okay, I'll do that. 40 plus 8. Now, guys, I'm going to turn off the, let me not even, before I turn off the grid, let me do something. Let me draw like a line here on the line right here. So that's what we're going to, what we want to work. Present time. Okay, so here, this guy here is simple. That guy there is so simple. What you are doing is simply just creating like this, right? It is square. What you see there is square, right? So make it around size, this size, right? Then you just move one here, right? One to the top. Now I'm thinking, right, how we can actually use auto layout and make this thing super fast. You get right, and Guys, okay, okay, guy has click this, turn it on, remove the radius from the left, like so here you remove just from the right, just like so. So tada, you already have it. So it's consistent. You can put this around 4 or around 4. Okay. Then after that, okay, actually like so there's no radius here. So click this guy here, remove the radius at the bottom to 0 like so, remove the radius at the top right 0 like so. Have this. You simply just carry your color. What color are we using? This guy. So we can as well copy from with a lighter shade, that's lighter shade, this guy here, or just copy this guy. Okay, and we have that. We're simply going to group this. Okay, something is giving me, something is giving me, getting the very wrong rate. It works perfect. You could put this one inside a frame. Simple, right? You don't group it, really, you could ungroup it, but just have it inside the frame. Then set that frame to center. Then you increase just adding crossboard. So we've done that, we'll just move it up. Okay, somewhere around there. We could turn it into an icon. Oh. Actually, I was supposed to build this around I'm supposed to build this around like 24. Let's do 4, 4. How small it gets. We click on the inside element, 4, 4. No, we're going to group it first. Okay, 4 left, 4 right. Center it, element. No, we don't even have to reduce like that. We can just use our key, our scale tool, press letter K, then reduce it like this. So we can match the target to be around like 2. We can click here. Right. Let's do grid. So let's just pay attention to the grid setting. Right. Pay attention to this. Right. We're going to match it that grid somewhere around. Right. We're going to match this around to this somewhere around here. Right. And that way, bring this here, bring this here, bring this here. Push stress around 1, 1 of each. See? Zoom out, we have something like this. And that way, can make our elements from side from each side to be around a 2 2 2 2. Now each pixel here is 1. So you know, after I went inside, I zoomed in very well. So now this guy here can be around this icon package. Now we're already building our icon library gradually. But this is field icon. It does not qualify to be in this classification. Probably will be on its own, right? I'll paste it here. I already copied it. Paste it here like so. Okay, and then the text beside it that says what is design. This should be around like theme, theme, right? Very same color. Good. Around something like this. Nothing 14. cut it. 18. 18. At around 8. Turn it to an auto layout. Spacing is really good. 8 like that. Here, make this say right around. Make this here right around. We turn this to an auto layout, guys. Click it, hold it, turn it to say around 8 or 15. 15 is good. 15 is really good. All right. So here, how do we do this? So bring this guy or just you hold my alt key, copy the text down, call it layout. I'm simply just going to copy that text from their website. Nothing concerning me and typing. I'm just going to copy it. Right? Make this heading around 18. Make this 18 plus 8. Let's start calculating my line height. I really use text. Here you paste the text. Okay, you just the word, drag it down a little bit. Okay, here you say you use around regular light. Light, let's say like how does light? How does light? We use regular around 16. Perfect. Perfecto. Turn these two into an auto layout, right? In fact, let's make it 3. Now you see this button style has come again. Remember, we used it somewhere around here. We simply just put it, change the color to blue, and change the color to blue. That's here, right? So I mean, we game. Let's check how we interact on their own end. The same similar interaction on hover, just mute a little bit. Okay. So what we're going to do there is probably need to make give room for different colors, right? So simply just going to inside this button, show you guys how this stuff. Okay, probably would arrange this like this. Okay, around. So these two working together. Now we know that this we're about to create now. Primary color, button is white, and button is primary color, button is gradient. We're going to declare all of that really. So here I'm just going to copy, going to change the white color to right around this color here. I want to believe because it's actually not like that here. We have another class of color. Let's check. Paste it here. See, it's around this guy here, but around this guy here. So make this guy here that color. Paste this here. Same thing goes for this, right around this color. So that way we can see, can create another button um, style. Yep, we can say, what do we call it now? Color. Really, we can call it that. We can say primary. This looks a lot more like primary color. Oof. Color have default and have primary. Come to this guy here, assign primary. This one can be white. Guy here can be white. Guy here can be gradient. Here, this guy here can. When did we use this? We use this around here. He's still kind of like he's still white though. Still white though. Like come to think about it, it's still white. Or leave it at default. Okay. But then this guy is gradient. Now gradient. It does not make sense that we're having feel. So we can actually say this is feel. We call this from here. We could call this button style here. Feel. Hmm. We can go for this two feel color style gradient. Alright. So we can see we can always update that like a lot more later, like not even now. Right. So I'm just going to kill the padding. This is like manual alteration. That way we have something like we're going to reset this first. You know we changed it earlier. Reset it, we'll come here to so before we reset it, let's copy. Okay, it's not the same text. So let's just reset it. Go ahead and then change the this to primary, some text, everything works out for us. Everybody's happy. Not hovering because it's not set over. Let's just go back here. Now we're working fast, guys. I feel like the video is getting to. Okay, now here you hover, next, work, let's reload. It's not working. What does the text say? It says see all layout features. We're just going to copy that text. Okay. Now I want to believe our hovering after refresh is now working. Now working. We'll just go there and remove the padding that is there to what? 0 because we want it to align with the grid of it. I will just change the label to see all else, right? So it works perfectly. Now guys, another thing again we need to do is this guy by the left hand side. Alright, so while we are doing that, let's just draw the rectangle, a frame here, make it say right around. So click on this here and make this probably a lighter shade. So see that there's something is going to be there, right? Then make it like as big as this. Give it the border radius of say right around, not a lot, so 4. Okay, so like something like this. Okay, yeah, right. So now the way this guy works is simple. You can use two ways to achieve this. You can use auto layout or you can use your frame and your rectangle. So we're going to use the frame and rectangle approach, right? So we'll just come here, draw a frame, guys. Now draw a frame. Now that frame, we're going to leave that frame to be right around white, okay? Because we're going to drop the opacity of the white, something like. All right, now inside of that frame, we're going to draw a rectangle, right? Rectangle has to be constrained to the top, right? So it's constrained to the top, and it's constrained to the left and right. Okay, now that way if we increase and reduce works for us. The width 8 work as the width perfectly. Too much. If it does not work, we can go down to 4. 4 will be a lot smaller, right? Somehow still works. 4 works. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make it 6. Okay, perfect. Now, you see, it's constrained to the top. Now, if I increase the size, it just works well for me, right? And this guy is halfway around this spot. Okay, in tails. Ah, this is so good. This is so good. Easy, too easy, too easy, too easy. Hmm. Okay, my head is hurting. Okay, head is hurting. Okay, let's look at it again. So let's take this color here. And yes, we have this, guys. Now we give it like border radius of just make sure it's rounded to the one whatever word. Just provided it's well rounded to that like this. And we have this, guys. Okay, now remember this is actually the active state. Guys, this is the active state. Now, if you check the website, see the way on hovering, see what's going on. On hovering, you can see what is going on, right? On hover, this is what is going on. All right. Now let's do it this way. We're going to turn this. Firstly, let's fix the spacing left and right. These two here, they're just gonna have to be auto layout, right? This two has to be right. When we auto layout it, what else? Um, sorry, I'm gonna remove the auto layout. Check works. So turn it back to an auto layout. Make sure it's aligned to the. So we probably will not make this auto layout because it's somehow just not working out for us. Okay, because of the letter spacing character. Okay, I'm just going to leave it to be a frame. All right, and I'm going to take it out. But before I take it out, let me turn it into a component in here. Then I'll create a variant. And in that variant, obviously, you can see that it does not have this guy and it's muted. So simply just take this guy away. And you see how we just comes up, right? See how we just comes up, guys. It just comes up for us. And you see that. So I'm just going to remove that guy. I might not even remove that guy, right? I just say what's the word? Just hide it, right? All I have to do is just hide it. This guy here, I'm going to take it to around here. Now, so by default, right around, so you see, we play. Right? So from here, you click here, from here, click here, and it drives. Oh, oh. From here, click here, and it drives. From here, click here, and it drives. Are you seeing the drive? From here, it drives back. Boom. When you click here, before it gets there, it drives from the top. Mm. And it starts. Okay, oh, okay. And these two here, you click on, you turn them into this guy, you call it, this is the heading of that item. I'm just going to call it heading item, right? Leave it there. Here, description, that item. I'm going to turn it into property, call it turn, right? And then here is, don't really need to turn this, but we can call it button, right? It works for us. And then that's that. Okay. Now, it has to be three. Disable state, the drive state, that's all. Okay. Now we have the We have the dry state, which is this. We have the normal state, this, and then we need to have the stable state. Stable state, we take it to the top. Stable state, we take it to the top, right? So this is actually like the default. Oh, hey, yeah, it's going to be more. Going to be more. So there's this state, yeah, okay, and then there's the dry state, and then there is the stable state, which is this guy here. We'll just take this out, leave it like so. So we could hide this, right? Just hide this and just hide this. The reason we're hiding that is because it just goes, it sends it back to the top, which is this guy here. See that? We'll just hide this. Okay, we're supposed to name that stuff. Oh, it's already late. Sorry, already late. We can name it, but I mean, for now. Here we're going to change this to say right around, drop the opacity, right? So around 25. Okay. Now guys, you know that on hover, then this guy has hover state. Away. I love it. I want more. I love it. I love it, guys. Love it. Now, okay, let's be careful now. Let's be careful with spacing. Right? You can see the spacing here. Now, so just so you know, this guy here not needs to spoil our text spacing in that guy. Let's fit go right around there. Do this, right? So make sure this guy here is supposed to, button is supposed to be there. We'll make this in total layout is 16, 16 guy here to right around this color is fixed already. Here right around 15. Okay, and this guy we could simply just, and you can see that so bad. Our frame was not framing it up, locked up, guys, locked up. Oh, all right. All right. You guys, the height 176, so we can make everything really 176 height fixed. This guy here has an hover state here. Default, get the hover, bring the hover to around 20%. That way, on click of this, right? This, put it on Y hovering, so you know what's up. Now let's take this guy outside. I've done already, right? Outside, so bring this guy in. Okay, guy here is simply, we'll name it though, we'll name it. I'm just finding him one. Right. So we'll call this. I actually don't know what to name it. So let's say default. Let's call this default. Let's call this hover. Call this um let's call this move. Call this active state. Okay, right. So this is the active state, default state. Just on everything, guys, auto layout. One, two, three. Layout. How many are we working with? Three. So three is good, right? So that way, we already this guy here is already on overstate, right? It's already on overstate, but it's moving mad, guys. Moving mad. You check what's going on. Are you moving mad? Oh, it's on 1000 ms. So we just change it to 30. Have our guy like so. Okay, now you see my share. My share is about the spacing. It's not going to be equal, right? So you just make sure that this guy here is locked. So what we'll do in that situation, we'll just say lock height somewhere around here. Okay, just make sure it's clogged to the guy, the line height of this. There's no problem, but you could leave it to say maybe give like 2% spacing or 8. Let's just increase it by 1 pixel. That way we know that it's 8 across. Okay, now we have this, we have this, we have this, we have this. Now let's make it clicky. Boom. The moment of truth. Now, guys, the crazy part is the crazy part is we're not actually going to be making this guy here clickable. What we're going to be making clickable is the entire frame. Because on click of this, it is switching this guy by the right hand side. It's switching it. Okay, right, let's make it switch. So we'll just turn this into a component, right? And um take it out. We can take it out, create a variant, right? But before we create a variant, let's fix the content. So effects navigation, right? This guy here, remember we already created the title there, effect, right? And then the description here, change it to navigation like so. We're going to change this to navigation right here. This to navigation. And the spacing, what am I doing? Yeah, the title changes to navigation like so. The spacing across them needs to be a lot more, like as you can see here, need a lot more spacing across them. So put it around 24, right? Around 24. Yeah. So now, okay, we got that now, right? Let's change this text to, let's copy text, copy this text here, paste it on the description area by the right hand side. Again, that's text property. We created it with something like this from this end. It was from here we created it, somewhere around here. All right. Okay. So now, sorry, it won't show because it's not. All right. So I'm going to create here a new component, right? And then I'm going to click. I'm going to click from here. See here. Guys, I think I know what to do. I don't actually know what to do because we're going to have to, with the logic they are using, if we're not careful, we'll have to make like 3 different instances of one frame, of like this entire frame, 3 or 4 different instances. And that's not good for business. That's not good for business. So we have to be smart about it. Okay, so here, put this in. Okay, now you can see we can hover on it, it's working, it's good. Now you now want to click on it. Now let's click on it, guys. So we'll send this here, send this to right around. On click of the send to the guy, right? pattern to that guy. Then this guy here will change state from default to now active, and this guy now will go back to default state. We have something like ICC, this guy here, click to this guy here. Now we have something like this. But the issue is our animation is not animating. ah, if only you know what I'm thinking right now. My head won't burst. Okay, all right, all right, guys. So now let's let's work. Let's work. This particular area, what we're going to do is we're going to make it click, right? Let's see if we can assign multiple states to these things, right? Let's see. And from this here, the hover state, which is this, be able to click this guy that leads to this, right? And this somehow it's at the top. Only at the top. I know how to do it. Da 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 da. Money on my mind. Okay, guys, I figured it out. Say amen. All right. So what we're going to do is simple, right? Now, remember we know what we can do after delay. So on click of this guy, when landing here, micro interaction is going to occur here, meaning that this guy is going to be right around the move state. Sorry, the move state here, which is now going to automatically redirect itself to the active state. Oh my god, genius level kind of thing. After delay, right? After delay, say around, you know that thing was actually like delaying us before it moved. So put 200 milliseconds. You know, take your time. The time guy. Put this to 600 milliseconds so it does not rush it. I mean, hard work. You don't rush hard work. Again, pay attention to performance. So I mean, I love it. Do you get? Like, do you people now get this? Wait, though. Relax. Oh, yeah, everybody relax your mind. Relax your mind. Relax. Relax. Nobody send you. Didn't send you. Refresh. Refresh. Okay, refresh. Refresh. Right? Hmm. Like so. So this guy here is supposed to even be on the move state, right? So on click of this moves. Click of this, it moves. But I don't know why this one is. One this one is not moving mad. We'll fix the moving mad, right? So let's take a deep breath. All right. Oof. Right. Okay. Right. Ah, I know what that is. Supposed to reset. So while moving, on click of it, supposed to what? That component state position. Take a refresh and then I call it like Figma, don't move mad oh. It's so early. I need to know that I'm getting these things right. Mm-hmm. Go again. But this is on auto layout. It's supposed to move now. It's supposed to move. Let's check if it's on hog. Yes, it is on hog. Yes, it is on hog. What do you think is the problem, guys? Here, fixed, fixed. Here is on fixed, is on fixed, is on fixed. But these guys here are on fixed. Okay, this is a very sensitive place. So if this guy here is on fixed, meaning that if the text is multiple lines, it's not going to. This guy is supposed to be on. Guys are supposed to be here. Let me see the lines that are coming out. They're all three lines. I'm not supposed to have issue with it. All three lines. They're all three lines, guys. So here, actually, it works. I don't know why. On this to fixed, on this to fixed to fixed, fixed, right around. So, so you see, clicking on here, the active state is not supposed to be clickable originally from this place. And it is not. Okay? It is not. Just supposed to be clickable from the frame itself, from the board itself. Meaning that this guy here only clickable here. Okay? It's not resetting. Let me check here. Some okay, reset component state. Then here set component state. See that? Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you 1 hour 32 minutes video. All right. So let me explain this stuff in case people are, in case you are looking me clueless, right? Let me explain. Okay. Let me explain. This guy here is supposed to active state. Active state is not supposed to remove it. From here, it should automatically move here. This here should not be clickable, right? And again, all of those fixed we did, I will change to fixed. Okay, if it's on hog, right? I will just troubleshoot. Okay, if it's on hog. All right, let me explain to you what I did, just so you know what's up. Now, before you see what was happening when we click on this guy does not change, still maintaining the same state. So what we did was that this guy here, when you remember we were sending this guy on click of this, move to the next variant. So the state was not changing, it was still maintaining the same state. What I failed to do was to click on the recent component state, automatically reset this guy here to the state supposed to be on. Right, so reset component state, that is right. So sending it back and front, set the component state. Now we have okay, now we have this. Right, so it's up to you. Put your screenshot, get it right. Put your screenshot here, get it right, and then we good, guys. Good, good. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to change the color of this, maybe something darker, so you can see and feel it as it changes. See these two working, and do the same thing for this guy here. All you just have to do, create a variant, and then these two here, you can click on it and use multi-select, right? To fetch layers, right? Then send them to what? To this guy here. Okay, it's automatically send them here, right? tap 600. This guy here, change it now to the active state. This guy here, we're going to change it change it to the default state. Okay. Now, how I did this is simple, guys. Remember, by using the same element, right? So, what Smart Animate will actually read it. So, what I did here was on click of when it drops on this state here, before it gets to this state, it gets to this state here. This state here automatically does after delay, then the next state. I don't know if I'm explaining this thing well, but all we are doing is before it gets to this state it is now. Now watch. If I click here, if I click here, see what happens. It lands to the move state first, then it moves. It lands to the move state, then it moves. It lands to the move state, then after delay, right? But from the hover state, just you just set your click from the board itself, not from this guy. The only thing you set here is your hover, right? And then after delay from the move state, active state. That's all, guys. That's all. Right. Thank you very much for the time. I think we've done this. Now, please just go ahead, get your screenshot if necessary. Right. So this is image. You can actually copy it. You can actually copy it. Copy it and then paste it in your appropriate frame. Just copy it and paste it. Right. Copy, paste it here. We have something like so. Click on navigation. Have this. Click on this. Actually, a video. Oh my God. We copy, we save the video and use it possible. And just drag the video in. I have to move it to my team file, guys. Next team, yeah, move it. Gonna reload, gonna reload. So we're good. Now I can drag in my videos to this section inside the frame, and then really good. Everything just do and set the video to auto play. Click here, set it the an option for that, guys. Hmm. An option for that. Let's see. Let's say on click this frame here. Let's see if there's any trigger here. It has read the video, so you can do start video states. There, start video state, and boom, our video is playing. Thank you, guys. So from this here, after that, let's see what we got here. And so the good thing, this one is I think it's customly coded, so you can't really copy it. It's either SVG or Canva. Can or can. It's not customly. Right, right. Paste it here. Some part of it was like the link part, like this part here, top part. Yeah, that's why this link is clickable and highlight on this text. Not everything is. The only thing that is um, put here is this guy. Here, you can go ahead and create a demarcation, right, for us. A demarcation for us. Okay, have this, we have this, have this, right? So just go ahead here, create a frame. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. See, I think we're good. Here, just need this. Don't need to cut it. Cutting off before, right? So yeah, yes, guys, I think we are good. I think our video should be around. Our frame there should be around in like this size. Okay, move it down a little bit. Now go ahead and do your thing here. Put the links and necessary elements. Then we are good. I thought you can assume what's going on here. Can you guys refresh? That's what is going on. Refresh. That's the only thing going on there. Refresh. That's the only thing going on there. Figma. All right. Thank you very much, guys, for your time. Right. So after this one, we're going to work on the next one, next section. Guys, it took us 2 hours. Come on. All right. After this section, we'll work on the next section, and we're going to work on the mobile responsiveness. For now, this is what we got now, guys. Thank you very much for being here. Share the fact that you're learning with me. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.